If you've ever studied for hours and still forgotten everything the next day, you're not alone. Most students don't struggle because they're lazy, they struggle because they're using the wrong methods. Today, we're unlocking 6 scientifically proven study techniques that will help you learn faster, remember longer, and study smarter, not harder. From the Feynman technique to flashcards, blurting, chunking, the test/exam method, and powerful memorizing strategies. These tools can transform the way you learn forever. Ready to upgrade your brain? Let's dive in. Feynman method. Richard Feynman, a legendary physicist and Nobel Prize winner, believed that if you can't explain something in simple language, then you don't actually understand it. And he was right. Understanding isn't about fancy words, it's about clarity. Here's how the technique works in 4 simple steps. Step 1, choose a concept. Step 2, explain it like you're teaching it to a child. If you catch yourself writing complicated phrases like, indices of refraction are a function of oscillatory electromagnetic response. Stop. Rewrite it simply. This is where you discover what you don't know yet. Step 3, identify the gaps and go learn again. Where you get stuck is exactly where your understanding is weak. Step 4, simplify even more and add analogies. Make it smoother. Use examples. Make it visual. To turn knowledge into true understanding. And understanding into the ability to teach clearly. Your brain isn't a storage container, it's a workshop. You sharpen it by building explanations. Raising hands bonus tip. Teach the concept to an actual person. If they look confused, fantastic, that confusion shows you where to improve. Truth hides in simplicity, not complexity. If you can explain something plainly, you own it. That's the heart of the Feynman technique. Flashcard method. Flashcards aren't about boring repetition. They're about active recall. That means instead of staring at a page hoping it sinks in, you force your brain to pull the answer out, like lifting a mental weight. That struggle is what builds strong memory pathways. How to use flashcards the smart way. Step 1, make simple, clear cards. Put a question on the front and the answer on the back. Short. Clean. No paragraphs. Step 2, test yourself actively. Don't flip the card right away. Intentionally struggle to recall the answer. Step 3. Use spaced repetition. Review the cards you missed more often, and the ones you know less often. Step 4, shuffle and mix context. Never keep your cards in the same order. Step 5, explain the card out loud. Answer like you're teaching someone. If you stumble or ramble, that's a gap, rewrite the card simpler. Flashcards plus teaching equals unbeatable clarity. Direct hit the goal. Use flashcards not to store information, but to own information. Your mind learns by doing, not by being soaked like a sponge. Flashcards are rehearsal. Every time you test yourself, you sharpen the blade. Light bulb bonus power tip. Turn hard concepts into analogies, drawings, real-world examples. Blurting method. Most people think they know their material just because they've read it or highlighted it. But reading and highlighting are passive. They feel productive but don't actually test your brain. Blurting flips the system. Instead of reviewing notes first, you test your brain immediately. No safety nets. No comfort zone. Just pure recall. Let's break down how to use the blurting method step by step. Writing hand. Step 1, read or study a topic once. Start with your textbook, class notes, or study material. High voltage. Step 2, close your notes and start blurt writing. Now shut everything. Grab a blank page and write down everything you remember about that topic, like a brain dump. No pausing. No checking. No perfection. Step 3, compare with your notes. Open your material again and compare. What did you remember correctly? What did you forget completely? Where did you get confused? These gaps are like glowing arrows showing you what to focus on. Direct hit Step 4, review and rewrite weak spots. Repeat button Step 5, repeat the process. Come back the next day or later that week and blur again. Brain why the blurting method works. Blurting uses the strongest memory force, active recall. It forces your brain to retrieve information without help, and that difficulty is exactly what builds long-term learning. It's like going to the mental gym. Chunking method. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by big chapters, long lists, or huge amounts of information, this method is going to feel like a superpower. It's called chunking, and it's used by memory champions, language learners, and top students around the world. Here's the problem: our brains can't easily process large amounts of information at once. It's like trying to carry a mountain in one trip, you drop everything. Chunking solves that by breaking big pieces into small, meaningful groups that are easier to understand, remember, and recall. So let's break chunking into clear steps and see how you can use it starting today. Puzzle piece Step 1, break information into small groups. Book Step 2, organize by meaning, not randomness. Chunking gets more powerful when the pieces make sense together. You can group by topic, category, timeline, steps in a process. For example, if you're learning anatomy, group bones by location, arm bones, leg bones, skull bones, instead of one giant list. Meaning creates memory anchors. Brain Step 3, create connections and stories. When pieces relate to each other, they become stickier. Build a mini story, acronym, or visual link between chunks. Repeat button Step 4, review in chunks, not individually. Study one chunk at a time, master it, then combine it with the next. Layering knowledge prevents overload and boosts confidence. Review small then medium then big. Test tube Step 5, apply chunking everywhere. You can chunk vocabulary when learning languages. Long formulas by splitting into parts. Chapters into concept sections. Essays into intro, arguments, and conclusion. Coding into logical blocks. Any large task becomes less scary when chunked. Direct hit why the chunking method works. Chunking works because it uses the brain's natural storage limits. Your short-term memory can hold about 7 items at once, but a chunk counts as just one. Turn 20 items into 4 chunks, and suddenly remembering becomes easy. It transforms chaos into structure. Test/exam. If you ever feel confident while studying, but freeze when the real exam hits, this method is a game changer. It's called the test/exam method, and it turns practice into pressure, so the real test feels familiar instead of frightening. Here's the truth. Most students study by reading, highlighting, or watching videos, and it feels productive, until they sit in the exam room and everything disappears like vapor. That happens because the brain learns one way, but exams demand another, retrieval under stress. The test/exam method flips your studying into real exam conditions so your brain learns to perform, not just recognize. Let's break down how to use it step by step. Memo Step 1, create or find practice tests. Don't wait until the night before. Collect old exams, past papers, online question banks, or make your own practice questions. The closer they match the real format, multiple choice, essays, or problem solving, the better. Practice like you'll play. Hourglass Not Done Step 2, simulate real exam conditions. Set a timer. Clear your desk. Turn off your phone. No notes. No internet. No help. Recreate the pressure so your brain adapts to performance mode. Stress during practice means calm during the real test. Bar chart Step 3, mark and review honestly. When you finish, grade yourself like a strict teacher. No bonus points for, I knew that, I just forgot. Wrong is wrong, and that's good, because mistakes reveal where to improve. Failure in practice is fuel for success. Direct hit step 4, analyze your weak spots. Divide your results into categories. What you completely missed. What you partially understood. What you knew confidently. Now target the weak areas first. Use flashcards, blurting, or chunking to rebuild strength. Study smarter, not more. Repeat button step 5, repeat the test again. Do another round. Same topic, different questions. Watch your score climb and your confidence rise. Repetition under pressure creates mastery. Brain why the test/exam method works. Exams measure recall plus decision-making plus time management, not just memorization. This method teaches your brain how to think fast, how to stay calm, and how to retrieve knowledge without support. You stop studying for the test and start training like the test. Memorizing. Whether you're learning vocabulary, history facts, formulas, medical terminology, or quotations, strong memory isn't magic. It's strategy, and you can train it. Most people try to memorize by reading something over and over again, hoping it sinks in eventually. But the brain isn't a sponge, and repetition without strategy is just mental treadmill work, lots of effort, little movement. Real memorizing happens when your brain connects meaning, emotion, and structure. So let's break down powerful techniques that will help you memorize faster and remember longer. Brain Method 1, use active recall. Don't just read, test yourself. Look away from the page and try to say the information from memory. Your brain strengthens the pathways each time it retrieves, not when it rereads. Recognition is weak. Recall is powerful. 3 o'clock Method 2, spaced repetition. Review information in intervals. After 10 minutes. After 24 hours. After 3 days. After 1 week. After 1 month. Spacing forces your brain to resave knowledge repeatedly, like pressing save many times so it doesn't vanish. Artist palette method 3, create visual associations. The brain remembers images far better than plain words. Turn information into pictures or symbols. The stranger or funnier, the better, it sticks harder. Example, to remember the word chloroplast, imagine a green factory making sunlight cookies. Weird works. Scroll method 4, use stories, acronyms and memory palaces. Bundle information together using creativity. Make a sentence. Build a story. Turn items into locations in an imaginary house. Stories make knowledge gluey. Microphone method 5, teach it out loud. Explain the information to a friend, or to your dog, a mirror, or an empty room. If you struggle to explain it, you don't fully know it yet. Teaching converts memory into understanding. Speaking cements learning. Direct hit why this memorizing method works. Your brain loves meaning, emotion, images, connection, repetition with spacing. Memorizing is not about cramming everything into your head, it's about creating mental hooks that information can hang on to. The stronger the hooks, the easier the recall. The real power isn't in knowing what to do, it's in actually doing it. So pick one method and start today. Your future self will thank you. Like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs a study upgrade. Stay curious, stay relentless, and I'll see you in the next video.